dysfunctional vet. I have my entourage with me. If you don't recognize this dog, that is Volk. She is crazy. She is insane. She is, she's got problems. All right, what do we got? I'm in the process of extending this track for this Woodland Mills. And of course the dog blocks the view. As you can see, I've clamped a string onto the rail. And now, with the dog in the way, I come out here and I get my string in line with the track. In line with the track, and now I can set this. Dog just knocked the tripod over. I can get this small jack right here directly in line, so that when I use this concrete frame on top of this hole to set my concrete, I'll be able to have a mast or a mass that comes up to support this thing. Now, in a previous episode, we found our heroes, Rocky and Bullwinkle, surrounded by Natasha and Boris. And what we have is we have an area right here where the water drains down and has to be able to flow out freely. If I extend this wall as you see it, the water is going to dam up, and it already sits out here for long periods of time to begin with. So I want this open, and I'm going to chisel this out once I get this stand into place so that the water will drain on out. Now there's a lot of leaves and things that are in here, so it's going to have to be cleaned out, and that's why I'm bridging this from right here back over to here. It's so the water will drain out and the water won't stand here and breed mosquitoes, which is basically what it does right now. So I'm getting ready to set the string down, winding it by hand instead of using the roller. I'll be leveling this off momentarily to get the height that I need. My box will sit on here like so. I've got a 6-inch circle in here, and I'll put a 6-inch which word I'm after, a 6-inch frame, and I'll fill this with concrete. I'll level this off right here, and then I'll level off the top of that, and then I'll shim up whatever I need to do for the rail to be at the right height. Here she is. Oh, my dogs are such animals. I'll show you the finished product. As you can see, that's almost exactly level. And so my frame will be just a hair below that. Now, my wooden frame is not exactly level, and I don't care about that. That's totally unimportant to me. I'll get that level in a moment. For now, what we want to do is get our altitude correct, because we don't want too much concrete on this. Of course, dog's going to stand in the way. The medved. You want to move? No. With this outhouse looking contraption here, I can now build the the wooden frame to hold the concrete that comes up off of that 6-inch hole. And what I'll do is I'm going to sort of use short panels, and then at the top I'll secure it with some wire and twist it to hold it together. At the bottom it's stapled with, I believe it's 1.5-inch staples or 1 1/4, I can't remember. And then the top will be secured just with wire. The panels, I'll show you those as I get them made. I'll show you those as I get them made. The thing to do right now is to measure how long that wood needs to be. and then out of this scrap right here, these are all sacrificial lambs, then I'll make the frame. Here is the start. I'll be putting one right in here, and then I'll close up the rest of this, and then I'll strap the top of it together. I'll put a liner in there of cardboard, very thin cardboard. After I have my base poured, I'll set this on top, and then I'll start adding concrete to this to build up to the top of that. Then I'll smooth that off, and when it's all finished, I'm not going to remove this. I'm just going to let it fall apart on its own, which may take forever because it's going to be enclosed, but that's fine. The point being that I will have the concrete up to the right level, and then I'll shim the rail to fit where it needs to fit, and then I'll be able to roll the saw head back in under a hard cover. Here it is with the cardboard inside. The concrete, being wet and heavy, will expand this out the rest of the 6 inches. So we're ready to go. All we got to do now is mix the concrete. Looks pretty primitive, doesn't it? But it'll work. The concrete has been poured. No, it's not exactly level, but it doesn't have to be. I had planned to push a wooden dowel in there for an anchor, but I'll just drill that out later with a hammer drill. It'll be shimmed up to the proper height, and I'll have my track here. I'm going to have to drill some holes and weld some plates so that the thing won't come apart, and then I'll be in business as far as putting this, as soon as I get the frame welded up, I'll be in business, and I'll be able to roll my saw head in under cover. Dysfunctional vet out.